24 days ago, and in response to the latest and greatest Division 2 XP farm, I said this. Just my 2 cents worth. I'm not calling for people to get banned or anything like that, but I would personally probably stay away from this next, this one that's going on right now. That's just me. That is more like you're glitching the game. And here we are with the dev team's response, so let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? My name is LtBuzzLitebeer, and welcome back to the channel. And this is all about those bans. Now, as far as I know, the only huge XP farm right now in the live game. So we're going to exclude resource convoys, territory controls, doggo resource farming, and since they removed the General Anderson Climax mission, that too. So the only one left is the Fei Lao Manhunt final mission. Now, I briefly talked about the mechanics in that aforementioned video I showed you in the intro. I did not show the mechanics, and I did not try it personally, and that was because, unlike the General Anderson mission, which was a choice to not interact with that terminal, therefore creating a continuous wave of NPCs to farm, this Fei Lao farm involves another agent simultaneously starting their session while you interact with the final door, and it kind of creates the same thing as the General Anderson NPC farm. But, and you knew there was going to be a big old but there, this one is created by initiating an instance of the game completely not working correctly. So hopefully you can kind of see the differences here. General Anderson, timed choice mechanic, creates an NPC farm since removed from the game. Fei Lao mission creates a glitched environment, uses another teammate to assist you, and makes the game not work as intended. Okay, so let's take a look at the message posted by the Division 2 team to Twitter. Here's what it says. Dear agents, we have seen players circumvent game mechanics and systems in order to gain an excessive amount of XP in a short amount of time. As soon as agents figured out you could farm this, pick up insane amounts of proficiency and shade ranks in mere seconds compared to minutes, they instantly embraced it. I've seen it done on other people's videos. I've personally not tried it. I recommended almost 3 weeks ago, you do not try this, and you're going to see why. Anyway, it says, this is resulting in high latency on our servers and thereby making the game unstable and unenjoyable. I've seen millions of complaints about this on Twitter, on Reddit, in the Discord servers about how as people farm this and they're creating this huge amount of latency, certain missions are just completely unplayable. So they say we are monitoring this behavior, and players to make use of these exploits will receive a temporary ban that's 14 days from the game on first offense. Repeat offenders will be banned permanently. Okay, so let me just finish up this breakdown. I'm going to read off this last little bit of their statement, and I'm also going to give you my thoughts on it. It says, again, we are monitoring this behavior, and players that make use of these exploits will receive a temporary ban that's 14 days. Normally their temp bans are 7 days, so that's twice as long from the game on first offense. So if they catch you doing this, you're going to get a 2-week vacation from the Division 2. Repeat offenders will be banned permanently. So they're saying that if you get caught doing it, you're going to spend 2 weeks vacation away from the game. If you come back and try it again, then they're going to ban you permanently. So let me tell you what I think is going on here. We've seen these complaints from the community about the fact that there's super high latency on certain missions, probably on console as well. I haven't personally seen it on PC, but I know that there's been a lot of complaints on Twitter, on Reddit, on the known issues board, wherever else you can post a message about the game, that there's been super high latency. And I guess the Division 2 team, their dev team, has narrowed it down probably to this Fei Lao mission, because that's the only one that I know of that's still active in the game. I know, because I post content to YouTube, I follow the Division 2 known issues board, etc., that they've constantly made statements that they've been working on issues with latency. So here's what I think happened. They tried to go in, this is the dev team I'm speaking about, massive. They tried to go in and fix this so this instance couldn't be created, much like we saw with the Foundry Bulwark gear set, where players were interacting too fast with the DZ entrances. They were creating this glitched instance where there was so much latency between the client and the server side that they were able to enter the dark zone completely invisible. And I showed it here on the channel. They could stay invisible sometimes for 3, 4, up to 5 minutes at a pop. It's very much the same with this Fei Lao mission. They're able to create an instance, but since this one is strictly limited to PvE, apparently it's just completely bogging down the servers. Sorry, I probably rambled off topic a little bit there. Let me jump back to the actual message that I was trying to deliver here. This last little bit in their statement kind of affirms what I'm thinking here. It says, again, these exploits will receive a temporary ban that's 14 days from the game on first offense. Bold print is next. It says repeat offenders will be banned permanently. So let me tell you what I think happened. We've seen these statements on the known issues board over on social media that the dev team has been working on latency issues. We also know that a lot of players have been complaining about it. Certain missions are just completely unplayable, dropping down to single-digit FPS. So what I think happened is that the dev team tried to go in, they tried to patch out this ability to create this glitched instance with the Fei Lao final mission. They were unsuccessful. So what did they do? They turned to option number 2, the nuke option, bans. First off, a temp ban at 14 days is twice as long as what I normally see the Division 2 do. They normally do 7-day temp ban, so a 14-day ban. They're pretty serious about it, and then they say on their repeat offenders will be banned permanently. So probably what they're doing on their side, they have a matrix up. They can see exactly, you know, possibly before all this started, what a certain player's average XP per hour was, or maybe they just have a general idea of what players should be able to accumulate. If some player is absolutely spiking past it at 20, 30, 40 times what a normal player should be, that's instantly going to put them on their radar, and I assume that they're going to hit them with a temp ban for 14 days. If the player is wild enough to come back and try it again after that 14-day vacation, because remember, they can't seem to take this instance out of the game, they're going to be met with a permaban. So simple fix here, stop interacting with the Fei Lao mission like that. It doesn't sound like they're going to do anything retroactive on anyone's accounts. You got your XP gains, you had your fun, get back to farming naturally. As always, I appreciate your feedback in the comment section below. Remember to smash that big, beautiful subscribe button and ring the notifications bell to stay up to date on all my latest uploads. If you could take a few seconds more to rate and or share this video, that would also be greatly appreciated. Remember, you can find and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and over in my open community Discord server, links to all of which can be found in the video description and pinned comments below. Huge shout out to the over 115,000 of you that have taken that leap and hit that big, beautiful subscribe button. And as always, a special thanks to the Buzz Battalion patrons over on Patreon. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer signing off.